still cool to be an all-star. I mean, the fans and the coaches and your peers vote for you, and showcase your skills year by year. It's cool to be here. I just try to make every shot I shoot. Try to not turn the ball over. Try to box out. Just try to be perfect. That's my next step. Just trying to be perfect. I know that's impossible, but it's a good goal to strive towards, and I think every player thinks that way. I think PG is just going out there and playing free and understanding what his role is as a go-to scorer for the Thunder, and I think him and Russ have got some nice synergy out there along with their teammates, and so you're just starting to see him shine bright. I think he's always showed this stuff, but I think he has just more opportunities to do so. My best move? I don't know. Go check YouTube and tell me tomorrow. I think we all lead in different ways, and we bring it at different times, and I think we got a lot of veteran guys. I think when you have a clear-cut leader, you got a bunch of guys that haven't really experienced much, so you got to kind of show them the ropes. But when you've been around a lot of veterans who kind of know their flow and know their routine, you don't really lead as far as being vocal and telling them what to do. You just kind of collaborate on stuff, and so everybody comes together at certain points and gives their input, which affects the whole team.
What's your favorite moment of NBA All-Star Pass?
It's a good one. Favorite moment? When I won MVP in 2012. That was kind of like a coming out party for me as a player on that stage. Something I always think about every day.
All right, what's your favorite basketball movie?
He Got Game.
He Got Game?
Yeah.
All right, and do you think it's important for athletes to follow what Colin Kaepernick does?
I think it's good for athletes to stand up for what they believe in. A lot of people probably don't agree with what Cap is doing, but I do, and I'm gonna stand behind him and support him. Love, bro. Just this whole life to me is just, it's just been a dream, coming from where I come from, rising up from where I rose up out of. Just to be here, every single day, going through the ups and downs is exciting and joyful to me. Yeah, but it's having to play against somebody like that in the playoffs. You really get to see what type of person and player they are, and how they dig deep to bring out what they bring as a player. And Dirk is one of those guys where you see him have a tough game 3 and bounce back in game 4. That shows character. They show what he's about, and so the grind against Dirk for the couple years in the playoffs and to be battling against him in the Western Conference all these years has been a treat. Somebody that is unguardable and created a shot that really can't be blocked, and his legacy is going to live forever as a baller. I don't think it was ever in a bad place. I think a lot of you guys just got in the way and tried to make it something bigger than it was because you needed a story, and I understand because that's your job, but that's not really your job. So I understood what that was like now, thinking back on it, because I never really had a problem with nobody in this league, or to a point where I didn't like anyone or hated someone. It wasn't even that deep, but I think a lot of you guys just got in the way because it was a cool thing to do. Because I just wanted to be there to see it. It ain't about nothing else. I just wanted to experience it, and what people think or the reaction that they have, I can't control it. If they're still reacting to me after 3 years, then am I really the problem? So I just want to experience that, and be there firsthand because I was there for those days that people really didn't see the work that, from the work that we all put in as a group. So I definitely want to be there when something special like this goes up for them. I play basketball for the Warriors, and my main concern is to be the best basketball player I can be every day. I have no concern about what trade moves or transactions throughout the season with other teams. That does not concern me at all, and that has nothing to do with me. I'm glad Porzingis is in a better spot, for him in Dallas, and I'm looking forward to seeing him and Luka playing together for years to come. Every single thing, just wanting to round out my game in all phases, wanting to be perfect in my way, whatever that way that is, not in what how everybody else wants me to play, but just more so my way of, playing the game. I just want to be the best at that, and I think I'm close. We talk about that on the low.
back-to-back, being a back-to-back champion, gives you some type of experience. You say that you take to advantage going to players when things get tough.
Nah, you don't really lean on that, because you understand how what those moments are, and you got to kind of let players just kind of ease into them the way that they want to, and each player is going to react differently. So, it's just one of those things. It's just good for you to get that experience, so next time it comes around, you know how to handle yourself, and that'll just, as a leader and as somebody who's the best players on the team, your teammates will see that, and they'll act accordingly as well. Nah, I mean, because you still gotta go out there and guard guys. You still gotta go out there and knock down shots. So it don't matter what you've done or who you are or where you come from. You gotta bring your game every night. I feel like I got everything in my game already.
All right. What is the best part of all the pieces of your game then?
Just that I took them from other guys already. There's a lot of guys that influenced me as a kid, but guys here, we kind of do things differently. But growing up, you kind of take pieces from guys, and try to put it into yours. Some T-Mac, some Kobe, some LeBron, the Jordan. There's a lot of guys in the past that I try to model my game after.
Kevin, from your place here, who are the 3 top players you like to guard usually in the regular season?
I enjoy guarding everybody. Everybody is different and has a wide array of skills. So, you got to be prepared for anything. It's just about the flow of the game and how I play each night. I don't go out there looking for numbers. I don't go out there just wanting to get a W. I want to go out there and have fun, play well, and affect the game the way that I affect it every night. Obviously, if I make enough money, I will for sure think about it, and I would love to, but it's much easier said than done, and I don't want to understate that when it comes to Michael Jordan. It's so hard to break into that, that club of being an owner, because that's what it is. It's a boys club, and there's a bunch of friends that, make those deals together. So to see a black man from North Carolina who started off as a basketball player rise up and control a basketball team is very inspiring. But, those type of things are definitely once in a lifetime, once in a generation situations. So hopefully I get an opportunity to even just think about it, but, it's definitely inspiring as a baller. I never thought about that as a kid. You don't even think about the business until you halfway in and you kind of accomplish everything that you want to as a player. So, I mean, only thing I thought about was stepping into this oasis of like freedom as a man and like just doing everything I wanted to do every day, which is play basketball, play video games, watch TV, and eat junk food. So I've been doing that for the last 12 years, and now I'm starting to think about what's next. Yeah, I think, Sam has always been a smart and very proactive man, and he understands, the progression of a human, and he's seen, what it was like having young players on the team and understanding what it takes, to win a championship with experience and veterans and guys that have been there, have been battle tested. And you mix those guys like Russ, PG, Raymond Felton, Dennis Schroeder, you can go down the line, Steven Adams, with guys who've been actually in tight games, and then you got the younger players who kind of learning from them. So I think Sam has kind of found that great balance between putting together two great, different dynamics on the team. So, when you look around the league, you're seeing so many great GMs, be innovative in how they want to create their rosters. Well, I just thought that criticism was always unfair. I think that Russell is a player that requires so much attention out there on the basketball court that any player would want to play with that. He brings intensity and a passion that is very rare in our sport. But with me leaving, and it's such a huge deal to so many people who follow the game, they brought up this narrative that nobody likes him or nobody wants to be around him because of me. And that was always unfair to me, and I always thought that was pretty ignorant. But, I'm glad that, he's going out there and playing well. He's still playing the same way, but more people are starting to realize what he brings. This just his soft, silky touch on the J. His creativity when he gets into the paint, he rears up off one leg and step back. I think that's the shot that it terrified a lot of the opponents because you didn't know when it was coming and you knew you couldn't block it anyway. So, just that always had him simmering. He can always bring that out, and he has scored 10, 12 quick points, bust the game open. And, he always played within the system, too. He never did anything outside of himself. And as a basketball player who's striving to perfect the craft, you can watch Dirk and see how he made a living off of just doing a few things. Just got to keep growing, keep sharpening up the tools that I have already. I feel like I can shoot going both ways. I can finish going both ways. I can shoot the three well. I could dribble. I could post up on either side. Even though going over my left shoulder, I could be a little bit better. Knocking down my shot. I just could go down the list of my game and see what I got covered and see how I can sharpen it up. Greatest player, I don't believe that I'm better than anyone, but I don't believe nobody's better than me. And I think that's how a lot of people feel.